Hello and welcome to the final tutorial for Oh Gnome You Didn't. Today we will be sewing on the last bits of our gnome. So here I've got my gnome body with my pockets facing forward. I've got my scarf, my nose, my two arms, needle and scissors. So let's get started. The very first thing we are going to sew on is the nose because we will center it and then use that to orient ourselves to the arms. So I've got the working yarn coming off the front. This with I've threaded on my needle and I've got it coming off the front. And now I'm just going to place this up. The brim is folded up, not down. So we've got it like this. And then we are going to simply center it. Now you can see here we've already got the pockets to center on. We've also got the increased lines to center on. So I'm going to place my needle through, first of all, the front of the nose and then the back here. And then I am going to grab, making sure I'm in the center, I'm going to grab just one side of the stitch. So every stockinette stitches is made up of sort of like two legs of a V. So we're just going to grab one of those and pull that up. Let's double check that that still leaves us looking like we're centered. Yep, I feel comfortable with that. So then I'm going to go through again. I'm going to go through the front and then the back. And then I'm going to grab the next stitch here on the body. Okay, I'm going to go through the front and the back. And then I'm going to grab the next stitch. I'm using the first round below where we attached it to the brim. I'm gonna go through and through. Grab the next stitch, half of that stitch there. All right, and again. Here we are. Oh, hi. Things look a little different. Yeah, we've already got an arm attached. And that is because Nellie was completely finished. I had the tutorials perfectly shot, except they weren't perfect. When I went to check, the cat had jumped up a few times when I was filming. And guess what? The second and third halves of thirds of this video were completely blurry. So I've left one arm attached and we're going to talk about burying the ends of the gnome nose and getting that arm attached, and we can just assume that I have teleported medical advanced something from the future, and now we are really working along. So we've got Nellie's nose attached. She's looking great. What we're going to do is we're going to tie a little knot. So I've got my end. I'm going to thread it through on the other side. So we flip the nose up. Just going to get a loop. Then I'm going to go through that once, twice, and then using my fingernails, I'm going to snug it right down close to the nose. You've got two choices now. One is to just kind of slide it across and snip it that way, or you can go right through into the body, across the body, come on the other side. Oh, a little cat hair. Come across the other side and then just pull tight, not too tight, just a little tight, and snip right close to that. And as ever, it just pops right in. Okay, so that's securing the nose. All right, so now let's attach our arm. We're going to use this shaping line here. I've got my yarn. I'm going to plunge it straight through those stitches, obviously not undoing what I did when I went through the 4 stitches on the needle to fasten off. I'm just going to go kind of straight through, and I'm going to just go up and I'm going to grab the entirety of a V, so both legs of a stitch. It'll look like an upside down V because, of course, we knit it top down. And I'm going to go straight through. I'm going to position my arm so that the curve wants to go forward because it will naturally have a bit of a curve for most people when they are working. And then I'm going through the arm again. I'm going to go around that V from the other direction. That kind of goes from both sides, gives it a little more strength, especially if you're going to be doing this as a toy and maybe someone's going to be picking it up and flinging it around by the arm. And then you want to do at least one more where you go through the arm and then around the stitch. And then just like pretty much every other thing I'm going to tell you to do, if it's going to be a toy, we're going to knot it and then plunge the yarn through. Mine is not going to be a toy, and we are going to go through this, through the body, come out somewhere on the other side, just to get that tail nice and long. We're going to pull snug, snip it off, and enjoy things. Oh no. Oh, what was me, our tutorial series. So we put the hands in the pockets just ever so slightly. And then we're going to put the scarf on. My scarf is all stretched out because it's been snug around Nellie for so long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the arms and under the nose. And then I like to have mine just tied off to the side so that we still see Nellie's face and arms, but there's that sort of wonderful, oh, it's chilly out, let's go to the coffee shop kind of sweater, scarf look. So there is Nellie for the, I don't know, third or fourth time for me, but the first time for you. I hope this tutorial series was helpful and that you got what you needed from it. Even if I'm sometimes slightly off camera or things are slightly fuzzy, I'm still working really hard to learn how to be an awesome tutorial teacher, and I'm always working on that, just like I know all of us are always working on becoming better knitters and crafters. So I hope that you've enjoyed making Nellie and the surprises along the way if you are working with this as a mystery. Thanks so much for being someone who loves gnomes, and I wish you all a really happy time with your knitting and with your gnoming.